So, in December, we've somehow managed to add 26 gaming things to our collection.
But what exactly have we got? So, just to give a bit of context, these weren't all just Christmas presents. We've had some pre-orders come in, we had our anniversary. So, it's not just a big Christmas bounty. Just putting that into a bit of
But a lot of it was.
We've been very lucky this Christmas.
We have.
So, would you like to start?
Sure.
Show me some things you've got.
So, I have Burano, which I'd never heard of before, but this was from Julian. And he had put on a forum, Libby likes Yedo, she likes boats, she likes Euro style things.
Yeah, I think I listed Yedo, Teotihuacan, and I listed Francis Drake.
Okay.
Shortly after your birthday.
And this is a suggestion which had a lot of likes, I believe.
Yeah, so there's a few suggested. Arnak was suggested, which you already had, obviously.
Yeah.
And Burano, I'd never heard of it. So I didn't just buy it immediately. I checked with the gospel that is Mr. Vassal. And he seemed to like it. So I thought, well, let's give it a go.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It's about an Italian island and they have lots of colourful little houses. It's very famous for its lace making and its fishing and things. So it's a Euro style thing where it's very colourful, which is fun. I think I specifically said in terms of my gaming that I like things that are a bit more colourful and less sort of just beige monotone. And in Euro styles, it's nice to have something that looks prettier. So yeah, I'm excited to get this one to the table.
You like a heavier game than me.
Yes.
And this on the back of the box says it's like 5 heavy.
Which makes me excited and makes you feel daunted.
I'm intimidated by that. But there is I saw on BGG there's a family friendly set of rules in case it is too daunting. But I think that just removes half the game. So
we'll try it as it is, and then if we need to try the other one.
I think it's fun, and it's got lots of colourful blocks in it. So,
yes, and the cubes are huge, so it's going to have some great table presence.
Yeah, I think it's going to look impressive on the table. And luckily, we've got a big enough table that will be able to put up.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
We have had our anniversary, and for our anniversary, you got me Tapestry.
I did, because you love a Stonemaier game.
I do.
And we had played this one at Board Game Club, and you really enjoyed it. So I thought that it would be great. Yeah,
I asked someone to bring it along because I love Scythe. It's my favourite game. And yeah, I thought this is brilliant. It feels very different to Scythe. Kind of a bit more mellow, I suppose. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really pleased we got it because I think I've mentioned in a previous video, embarrassed not to have played.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So yeah,
well, and when we played it at our Board Game Club, I got to go in space. So I mean, that was super fun.
Any game's good when you go to space. But and we've since played Euphoria, which I really enjoyed as well. So it turns out if it's got Stonemaier on the box, yeah, I literally like it. So what's next for you?
Well, I think this was also a present from you for Christmas.
Yeah, it was a Christmas present.
And it's a 2-player Jaws game. Well, I think you can play with more if more people play on the boat. But yes, it's a Jaws game, and I think Jaws goes hunting the swimmers to eat them all for dinner.
It's not the Jaws game that came out this year, the bigger box one that lots of people got excited about. It's a more condensed kind of card game.
It's a bit silly, a bit fun.
In the back of my mind, I did think we could take that to Board Game Club. It's a quick game. Seems a bit like kind of battleships.
It does have that vibe.
Or like a really small version of Captain Sonar, because you have the screen and you're kind of tracking each other. So like a really tiny version. It's Tiny Epic Captain Sonar.
Tiny Epic Captain Sonar. That eats you.
Yeah, there you get eaten. Because I had Tapestry for anniversary, you then got me Arts and Architecture.
Yes.
Expansion. For
Christmas. This is the latest expansion that just released for Stonemaier members. I'm not sure if it's in the shops as yet, but it was on pre-order from December 3rd. And
I watched some videos reviewing it before you even know you bought it, because it kind of, when you're watching YouTube and it says you've watched that, you might like this. And I think I was watching a Rodney Spiff explain how to play Tapestry, and I think a review of this came up afterwards, and I thought it looked really good. And it's got the viticulture house in it, which I think is quite cute.
Yeah, and we enjoy playing viticulture, and so having the little house thing in
That's
another
nice.
game is quite fun.
I don't think we're going to dive straight into this. I think we need to get the hang of Tapestry first before we go full throttle on this one.
Yeah, another couple of games at least on that, and trying out some of the different options of the starting bits and things, and feel comfortable with that, and then we can make use of this.
I saw a bit similar to kind of Rise of Fenris. I think this adds new kind of tracks or adapts your existing tracks. And I think that's always what I want from an expansion. I like it to add not just kind of new gameplay elements, but more importantly to add longevity and variability to an existing game I really love, because that means you're going to play it for more.
Definitely, yes. Another one that I had on pre-order for ages because we absolutely love the game is the Expedition Leaders from Lost Ruins of Arnak. We managed to get it in time for our anniversary and play it that night. We played it night. Yeah, so that was fantastic. This one gives you the sort of 6 different player options, so they're all asymmetrical. They've got their own hands and different abilities or not. I played with the falconer, so I had the little eagle that I can send out and get extra bits.
I played with clearly not Lara Croft. Definitely not Lara Croft at all. Who plays on her own, and then you get to use food to move around. It added so much. We've played probably, I think, in the region of 30 games of Arnak.
Yeah, I mean, are we including the BGA ones? I mean,
you played like 70 times if that's the case. But, so we've got the hang of Arnak, and I think this added another layer of complexity. And like I was just saying, it adds variability. The fact you can change the really clever bit is you can put an artifact and a guardian on the track.
Yeah, and that gives every game variability by the number of cards in those stacks, and every time you're going to pull a different one out there. So every game's going to be different in that way, as well as all the other ways that it is always different. I don't think we'd got to the point where we'd sort of exhausted the game and needed the expansion. We were just desperate to have it because we love it so much, because it already has a lot of variability and things in the way that the different cards come out, where different people go, what guardians come out, as to what you need to then defeat them, and all of that other bits and bobs changes the game so much anyway. So yeah, it hadn't lost its luster for us at all, but this just adds so much that we'll never play without it.
I was going to say, would you play Arnak without it?
I don't see the point, because it's just, I mean, yes, I would if I went to someone's house that didn't have it.
I think you could theoretically play with, people who are used to Arnak could play with the Expedition Leaders, and other people could play with the standard, more simple base.
Yeah, no,
thing.
If there's people that aren't huge gamers and they're really excited to play it, like I know my mum is enthralled by the theme of it, and she's not a gamer at all. In fact, it's quite a struggle sometimes, but she does really want to play it. So I think perhaps when we play and try to teach her it, I say try.
It won't be a fast game.
But anyway, we're super excited by this one.
Yeah, I want to play it now.
And we have, me too. And yeah, we have actually played this one already and love it. Whereas a lot of the others, obviously, they're coming quite quickly, so we will have to sort of review our thoughts on them later. But this one we love. So
I've often talking about lucky finds. I like to go to a charity shop and get bargains.
You are.
I got A Fake Artist Goes to New York. I also got Sushi Go. I got
Deep Sea
Adventure, which we already had, and I got Cockroach Poker. So I got those 4 games for £10 on a Facebook marketplace.
They're shrink wrapped.
And these are brand new, and they've even got the prices on. It's one of those buyings where you feel a little bit guilty, like, oh, Jesus, this feels a bit much. Because this on its own is clearly 1950s. This is twice the price of what I paid for. We had the rest. So we've given those for gifts.
Yes.
For Christmas, for kind of stocking fillers. Spreading the Deep Sea Adventure love, because I enjoy that. But I did get this to initially take to kind of our Christmas get-togethers, because I think it works quite well. We didn't get around to actually playing it because we were busy playing Codenames and Fluff
and all sorts.
So we didn't get around to it, but I'm looking forward to it because people say great things about this. It's an incredibly simple game to play, so you probably don't actually even need the game. You just need a load of pens. But convenient size, and yeah, like I said, £2.50. So I couldn't really say no.
You can't go wrong with that.
No, and I feel guilty still about it.
Another one that I have is Star Wars Outer Rim. We love Star Wars. We play Rebellion as our Boxing Day tradition. We play it throughout the year as well, but particularly we make a point of playing it on Boxing Day.
And who won?
This year. You won.
Another win for Team Julian.
And we really enjoyed, during lockdown, we ended up doing Imperial Assault, which was great. And I really enjoyed the Firefly, the game. It's quite a big, sprawling game. My friend has it with all the expansions and things. And we have good fun with that. And so I thought that perhaps this one might be a sort of slightly more compact version of that sort of idea, where you sort of pick up and deliver kind of thing, but in the Star Wars universe. So again, this is not one that we've had a chance to quite get out, but one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a Mandalorian expansion, because that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be fun.
So I've talked in the past about print and plays, and I got you Agent Decker.
You did. Yeah, that's fun.
Which is it's kind of like a spy stealth game. It's 4 missions in this many cards. Not a huge amount, and I think each one lasts sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, and yeah, it's a kind of card management, deck building type game.
It's easy to travel with, and yeah, so it's nice sometimes to not have the huge boxes. And
yeah, because I think a lot of the print and play games we've got are kind of very quick, so Tussie Mussy and Sprawlopolis are all very quick kind of card playing games. I think this is more thematic, more narrative based, so it's well regarded. I mean, it's since been released as a fully fledged Kickstarter game, and it's fleshed out, of course. But yeah, as always, I get them printed kind of professionally. So yeah, it looks great on the table, and I'm looking forward to playing it.
Playing that, yeah, that'd be fun. You also got me Stellar Conflict.
Yeah.
Now this seems like quite fun, and you have your little ships and things, and it comes with these little elastic band things, and you can work out whether your ship has laser fired another ship or not by just stretching the little bands and changing the angles and things. So it looks like a fun little thing. I think it would be great when we go to Games Club and we've got, sort of 40 minutes left to fill, or we're not going to get another big game out, but we don't quite need to go home yet, so we can just have a little play and do something fun. That seems like it's going to be
kind of why I got it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like any other game we have.
No. Well, it has that kind of Galaxy Trucker feel about it. I think I haven't yet played it, but it gives me the same sort of vibe and feeling of something.
Yeah, you chuck cards down quickly.
Yeah,
and
quickish, fun, just easy play. Don't think too hard.
Yeah, there's a couple of people at our board game club I'm looking forward to playing this with, because I think it's going to drive them mad. There's one person in particular I think is going to argue the semantics of the elastic band so much, it's going to be hilarious.
Well, we look forward to that.
Now, are we including games that are for children that I've kind of got attached to?
Sure.
This one I kind of got for a joke. It's called Pizza Game. And I got it because I thought the box looked cool. It looks like a takeaway pizza box, which I thought was fun. And I got it for the girls. And it's basically it's a kind of order. You get orders from customers, and you have to make your pizza match. We played it once, and the rules that were included didn't really work. They were kind of flawed.
Well, if you had the 4 people, which I think was its maximum player count, there's only 3 tokens of each type of food to put on the pizza.
Yeah.
So like 3 pepperoni, 3 peppers, 3 onions, etc. So if you're all looking for an order which requires pepperoni, one of you's always going to miss out. So it could come to the point where someone's always missing one food to be able to complete it. So
we've talked about it, and I've adapted the rules, and using my awesome Photoshop skills, I've even printed out a nice little proper looking fancy rule sheet, and I think we had a little practice go, and it worked much better. So I'm actually looking forward to playing this again.
So making your own pizzas.
I just like the theme and the box, and it's cool. You make pizzas, and yay.
And you're going to want to eat pizza whilst playing the pizza game.
That would be great. And this was I think £6 in a shop we've got in Britain called Flying Tiger. Yeah.
Your girls really enjoy pizza. It's one of their favourite sort of treat meals. So
it's a family game. It's not a heavyweight game by any stretch of the imagination.
Not at all.
But I thought it was fun, and I like the box. Sure. So I've now stolen it from my children.
Another thing we got gifted from my family was the European expansion to Wingspan. We do have Wingspan and the Oceanic expansion, but we were missing this one.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about the boxes being different sizes because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, nice to add some new birds and have that other game mechanism, because obviously we have, I think it's end of game points that you get in the Oceanic expansion, and I think it's end of round points that you get in the European one, if I'm remembering correctly. But it does add that slightly different extra.
Having birds you recognise would be nice.
Yes, and what are we, 19-1 to me?
Yeah, I think you have to be ill for me to win. But I like Wingspan, and people often say, why play a game if you're not going to win? But I've said to my children, the working out the score part is a fraction of time they actually spend playing it. And if you enjoy the whole time you're playing it and then get a little bit annoyed that you didn't win in the last 2 minutes, you've still got all of that enjoyment. It doesn't really bother me all that much if I don't win. I say this, but that's not going to stop me being grumpy when you win the next 40 games and I'm cursing the robin.
But you do have great fun when your raptors.
Yeah, I turn Wingspan to a bloodbath.
You do.
That's my goal. How many birds can eat other birds? It's probably why I don't win.
I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, we're excited to have completed this set.
So we are in Christmas territory. We've been in Christmas territory for a little bit. This is a game a friend of mine in America got, and it's called Super Hazard Quest. This friend I've known for about 15 years, and we met through our mutual love of video games. She watched our video we did about board games for video game players, and saw Boss Monster on there. And she was finding other games that seemed similar to Boss Monster, and found this one, which I think was a Kickstarter a while back, but now is on more general release. I think you have to buy it specifically from them. I don't know for sure. I didn't know anything about it.
No, I'd never heard of this one.
But it seems if Boss Monster was a replication of Final Fantasy games, this feels more like a version of side-scrollers like Mega Man or the early Mario Brothers games or Kid Icarus. And yeah, the art's great. It's nice tributes to it. I think it's a short game and very much a Boss Monster type vibe. So yeah, we haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I'm super excited to play it.
Yeah,
I think it's the one I really
certainly
like.
The font is right up your street, isn't it?
It looks like a Super Metroid there, which I'm sure you're about to say.
No, I have no idea what that word means.
If it's as good as Boss Monster, I'm going to enjoy it. Really enjoy
Boss Monster is fun. Yeah,
so,
we do enjoy
that was Super
playing
Hazard Quest.
We were very lucky. Julian's family got us Sleeping Gods, which I've been after for a while now. I think I asked for it last Christmas, and then I think it was difficult to get hold of things.
It's been hard to get hold of in the UK. I think it's more accessible now because we had this fun thing of after my mum had seen a video on games we really want to own, a Holy Grail game, and I think she said that.
Yes.
And she'd seen that, and she, bless her, watched our videos and said, would Libby want this? And I said she absolutely would, but it's expensive, so I said, well, share it because I'm going to enjoy playing it too. And then we went shopping.
and I saw it in a shop,
and you've been itching to get it. And I was literally going around the shop trying to put other games in front of it so you wouldn't see it. It was very annoying. There was
another shelf that had more on round the corner.
And it had them behind the till, and I was like... And then you were messaging me saying, oh, it's on sale now. Should I get it? And I was trying to come up with all these complicated reasons of why we shouldn't, because obviously I didn't want to say, oh, well, that's going to be waiting under the Christmas tree. But you're the worst. It was hard work.
I did resist it.
You did.
I did resist it.
You did. Otherwise we'd have 2 copies. We've only got the one, and I'm looking forward to playing it.
I am as well. It sounds great. I love the idea of the sort of story and the world that's created. And we don't actually own any of the other Red Raven games, which I've played quite a few of them and really enjoyed them. So it's one of those things where I feel like there's sort of this Red Raven gap in the collection. So and this seems a lot of people say it sort of pulls a lot of the great things of lots of his different games together, and it's sort of the culmination of the world that he's created. So it's going to be great fun to dive into that one.
Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be enough to satisfy that itch, or if this is going to be the start of a slippery slope.
We'll see, shall we?
We will. If we watch this in a year's time and I'm getting out near and far, or now and never, or
Bound,
up and down, then we know that this wasn't enough to satisfy.
Well, there is that other new one coming.
There is.
Yeah.
But I don't know why we're going to get a chance to play all of these, because not only have we got Sleeping Gods, but my family also got us Pandemic Legacy, Season 0. And I am super excited to play this. Because
you've played more of the legacies than I have. I've played the base Pandemic quite a few times, but I haven't actually played any of the legacies because you'd already played them elsewhere.
Yeah, so
I just hadn't really had the opportunity. A lot of my other gaming friends had another group that they were playing it with, so it just sort of never really kind of came together for me to have played either of the other 2 seasons. So.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. One of the reasons I wanted to get this was to share that experience with you, because some of my best gaming memories have been playing the legacies, particularly box. I won't say a number in the first one where it changes everything. I hope there's that sort of thing in this one, because I want you to experience that.
A lot of people say that this is their favourite season from reviews and things that I've seen.
I think we're going to start this on New Year's Eve, I think.
We might do.
Because we've got a couple we're going to play it with, and we've kind of said, okay, we want to play this kind of once a month and make it a kind of appointment to play. And I think I might be starting at New Year's Eve, probably earlier rather than later.
Before too many drinks
Yeah.
flow, do you mean?
Yeah.
And then we'll move to the lighter games later.
Yeah, then we're moving on to party
enough.
games.
Fair enough. Another little thing that you got me is a game called Moving Pictures, which is hilarious because you're an editor.
Yeah.
And basically this game has you editing
a rom-com.
Yes. Is it a rom-com?
Yeah, it's like a really weird day.
It's a
in someone's
strange
life.
day of a lady. Yes, a strange day. And it's not a bad game. I feel like it's the kind of game that in a reskin of something more colourful and interesting is something that your girls would enjoy playing.
We played it, I think, 3 times in a row. Failed the first 2 times and then were successful on the third.
Mm-hmm.
And there's ways of extending the life of it, but I think it's got quite a short lifespan.
Yeah, I mean, the reasons we failed at the beginning were like, oh right, that's how it works. Kind of, we were just sort of putting it together in our heads of what we were supposed to do, because we sort of just dived straight in there and didn't realise what options there would be and what we'd have to look out for and things like that. But I think once you've sort of successfully done it, you're likely to be able to do it again.
Yeah, I think in a way it's kind of hindered by Button Shy's 18 card limit.
Yeah, because if you could
more
put
varied,
different things in, it would vary at each time. And if the stories were then put together, then become hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be
It felt a bit mechanically like The Crew, because you couldn't talk, but obviously much, much more condensed. And I think, if they do expansion in the future for it, I think we'd enjoy that more. I think there's the basis of a good game there.
There is.
It just needs more to it for us.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Nice enough.
An easy play.
An easy play.
Which sometimes you like, if you're not...
If
you're just sat on the sofa and...
That's how we played it. We played it quite spontaneously.
On the coffee table, and it was nice and easy. We didn't have to sit on the chairs and the gaming table and get lots of things out, so it was quite easy.
Yeah. A surprise present from my family. Mm-hmm. Never heard of it.
No, I hadn't either. It turns out it's called something else somewhere
else. It's called Esoril 1942 originally. I think it had a reskin at the same time they slapped on the seal of excellence from the Dice Tower there, because Mr. Vassal loves it.
And he also said, give it a different name.
He said, give it a different name and it'll fly off the shelves. So they listened. Stronghold Games. They were paying attention, and we haven't had a chance to play it. We've looked through it, and I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, it looks interesting. A slightly different style of game than we would have gone for. So that's nice to have something a bit different and try something different.
Well, that's what's good about kind of surprise presents, is because yeah, if I'd seen this on our local friendly game store, I wouldn't have picked it up.
No, because I hadn't heard of it, so it's not something I would have kind of like, oh, let's have a look at that one.
So I think it's going to be different to a lot of and I think in so doing, you naturally gravitate to games you recognise or you think have got mechanics that you're going to enjoy. This is like nothing else really on our shelves, and I think
that's good.
And I think if it works with many people, I think it plays up to 4. It's going to be good for a gaming group. There's going to be some people in there who's going to really enjoy it. So, yeah, City of Spies, Esoril, 1942. It's good
fun.
It's a good one.
Yeah. As we said, Julian likes to print and play, so he has done this game for me. I also like boats, and this one has boats in it. This is Tortuga, 1667. You go out onto your boats and there's some treasure to be got, and you might have to trip to the island. You might go on the little rowing boat. No one knows if you're with the French or with the English, or if you've jumped onto the Spanish ship.
You wanted a game we could play with 7 people.
Yes.
That isn't a party game.
Yes.
So that was kind of my brief, and that was the logic I got to it.
Yeah.
And this is a kind of a bluffing game. And I think it looked quite fun. This is one of the ones, the print and plays I kind of went overboard with, because there's a company.
Oh, you've got some great little.
Yeah, because I had a bit of time to think about this one. So there's a company I use called Board Game Extras, and you can order the individual kind of elements.
See, there's some little treasure chests, which are super cute here, and there's a little fire in case someone blows up the ship. A little fire token there. I mean, this isn't hugely in-depth sprawling thing, but we quite often have 6 or 7 that want to have a game.
Yeah.
And that can be difficult to find sometimes.
I think, easy to explain. Yeah, it's got a bit of depth to it, and I think once you played it once and everything clicks in, the second game will probably be much more enjoyable for lots of people. But I think it's going to work well.
Yeah, for a 7-player, I think that one's going to be really exciting to have a go.
Yeah,
and I love boats.
Yay for boats! Talking about kind of self-indulgent little pieces, you got me another set of Tapestry Dice, which I think is going to be super useful.
They were just a little stocking filler thing that I thought would be fun to add in, and that means that when we're playing, we can have our set of dice each, and we're not having to reach right across.
Because you're a Stomar champion, so often you can just throw things in for not very much money, and and I think I was
doing the order anyway. It might as well have added in. I wasn't sure what to put in your stocking.
Well, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
But so they're a fun little extra.
Little addition. Yes. Well, talking of fun little additions.
Pointless extras.
We have this first player mark for the Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
We have got a lot of realistic resources for that game now. I mean, we've got coins and we've got working actual compasses for it.
Yeah.
And last time we played, I said that when we played the expansion, I played as the falconer. Well, I took out a raven out of Odin's Raven and played with the bird, that I had an actual proper meeple bird.
We do like pointless extras.
Yes.
And we've got working compasses, so I thought a working clock
seemed like a great first marker.
Would be great for a first player marker.
Yes.
Completely pointless.
But fun.
Yeah.
And quite cute, isn't it?
Very.
Isn't it cute?
I like it. I was pleased
Yeah.
with it. Shame we couldn't get a gold one, but it's.
Yeah, I do have some gold paint.
That'll work. You got me Cry Havoc Aftermath. Now, where did you get this from?
I got this from the amazing Black Friday sale at Chaos Cards, one of our local friendly game stores. And they had a ridiculous sale on, and I think that this cost me £2.50.
Yeah.
I think the retail is $24.99.
We play Quite Havoc not as much as we should, because I really enjoy Quite Havoc. Yeah, I preferred it to Inish. I think you're more team Inish.
Yeah, I suppose I just sort of gravitated to the artwork and the world of that a little bit more.
I prefer the Starship Trooper vibe of But we play Cry Havoc's often one on our shelf. We go, we should play that again.
Yes, and that's why I think I got it, because I knew that you wanted to play it more, and I thought, well, if we have something new to play, it will force us to do that, and then we'll realise how much we love it and play it a little bit more.
It's a good motivation to do that. Yeah, I think this is a bargain, and like I said, if it makes us play Cry Havoc again, then that's going to be a great investment, even if we don't ever use any of these elements, which I think we will.
No, I think we will. And actually, Cry Havoc was, I think, a bargain.
Yeah.
From them in the first place.
It was another ridiculous.
So
I think it was less than 20 quid for Cry Havoc.
It was.
So yeah, Cry Havoc is very much our bargain game on the shelf.
I think it was £16.99.
That's ridiculous for Cry Havoc.
Yeah, so for that and the expansion, I've paid less than £20. This is sweet. Gloomholdin, another print and play, that I think has been sort of endorsed.
Isaac Childress has, so originally it was made, as far as I'm aware, made by a fan and with not official art, and Isaac Childress heard about it and said, use the art as long as you don't sell it. Yes,
yeah. So it's the print and play, and I think it lets you play it
one-handed. Yeah. The reason I got so many print and plays is because I use a company called DocSue, and if you spend above a certain threshold, you get free postage. And I had to order this essentially twice because I didn't realise there's two books. You get the rule book.
There are quite some hefty books.
A campaign book, and I had only got, I think, the rule book, not realising that the other book is one you really need. So,
but it looks great.
Yeah, it's a full thing, and there's a lot of cards and
tokens and bits, but yes,
and it's very much in keeping. And I think because it was endorsed, you get the kind of the good quality that you'd expect from a full-blown game. So yeah, we've enjoyed Jaws of the Lion. We'll get back to that before Frosthaven comes. And
this will be a little filler gap to until Frosthaven arrives.
So, yeah.
So that's fun.
I was pleased with that.
Mm-hmm.
Now this one was another surprise gift. Again, I'd heard nothing about it, but it was a weird coincidence because
surprising that it looks very similar to this one.
And it's set in the same universe. This, I think, is more like Seven Wonders from what I saw. We haven't had a chance to play it, but again, it gets favourably reviewed. I'd never heard of it, and this is the two-player version. I think it works as an expansion to Among the Stars, but this revival, I think, is like a two-player version, so kind of like a duet version.
So Seven Wonders
like
Duel.
Seven Wonders Duel, I think.
But in space.
In space.
Okay.
With aliens.
I mean, that seems fun.
And Seven Wonders is going to be played and enjoyed. We're very much enjoying Seven Wonders Architects at the moment, although it's very light.
Yes.
We're enjoying that. So, yeah, looking forward to getting my teeth into this. So it's a game where you have a massive box and very few cards. You could probably fit in the game.
Do you think you could fit it into
I think
this
you could probably
size?
fit it into that size.
And then that would make me happy because they would be the same size set together.
Yeah, they can't really sit together on our shelves. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be good.
So earlier in the year, I had the Kickstarter arrive of Dinosaur World and the Rawr and Write. And inside the Rawr and Write, there are some really cute dinosaur rubbers. But they're so cute that I don't want to use them.
You banned the use of the rubbers.
Yeah, so we had to get rubbers from elsewhere, or pencils with rubbers on the ends or something, for when we were Rawr and writing.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead, Julian has found me. There are 4 different ones, but he has found me these pencils with dino rubbers on the end of them and dinosaurs all down the side.
So
that we can use these guilt-free. You
can rub those dinosaurs down.
Gosh, that sounds cheeky.
We call them rubbers in Britain.
Yes, not erasers. We call them rubbers.
We call them rubbers.
So, yeah, in case there was any confusion there. So there's some different dinosaur designs, as you can see here. I'll take some of them out of the wrappers at some point, but they are super cute. And
I think unfortunately they're probably a little bit too cute. Because now I'm trying to avoid.
I almost don't want to use these either.
I have to get you ugly dinosaurs.
Yeah, you can get me some ugly dinosaurs that I want to use for my Rawr and Write. But I mean, super cute stocking present.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I was pleased with those. Magnastorm. I'd never heard of it.
Well, we had heard of it after the Black Friday sale.
Yeah.
We went to our gaming club and someone came along and they were like, "Oh, I got this game in the Black Friday sale." Again, at Chaos
Insanely
Cards,
cheap.
I think.
Yeah.
Insanely cheap. I think they paid about £13
something like
for
that.
it. And we were playing something else that night and looked across and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. I like the fact that it's got unusual player colours and that it's little tokens
little
and
turtles.
things. And it turns out it's made by the same people who do Terra Mystica and Gaia Project and things.
Yeah, I've already said Terra Mystica's been growing on me more times I've played it. So the tracks seem very similar to that. We've watched some videos now on this, and yeah, the progression tracks have a Terra Mystica Gaia Project vibe to them. So yeah, this is a nice surprise.
This should be fun. I managed to have some extra discount codes and things, so I think that it came to £11, and that's I think why I thought, oh, I'll risk it for, that amount. Yeah. It's worth it.
Anyone who says I want to play that again, they must do it again.
Fine. Yes. Lastly, I think if you've watched this channel before, you know that Yedo is my favourite game, and Julian has very kindly made me a mug.
The Yedo mug.
Has Yedo all over it, ready for my Japanese themed drinks to go in there. They're like a cute, thoughtful little thing that's a fun little stocking filler. We should have added this to our stocking filler ideas one, but maybe we'll have an idea like this for next year's.
So my main present was a work of genius. I'm not sure it's even going to fit on the camera. You got me Eclipse.
I did.
And I was super excited by this.
You weren't expecting it at all, were you?
I wasn't.
Quite a secret squirrel when a massive, great big box gets delivered from...
Especially when you left it in the corner of the room and it's kind of taunting me, this massive box. I didn't anticipate this. I think you knew how much I wanted Eclipse. And for me, it was kind of the perfect Christmas present. Because often I think a Christmas present should be something you really want, or someone really wants, but they're never going to buy for themselves. And this isn't a cheap game. I don't know how cheap you got it. You got it in the sale.
I did also get it in the Black Friday sale, but obviously, it wasn't 90% off like as some of the bargains that we've had, but it did have a discount.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Can anyone see you through that? No,
I can't better. And yeah. What I don't advertise is the fact you have 2 hours of fun taking it out of the box. That was an experience in itself. Just boxing this thing.
Just trying to work out where everything's supposed to live within there. But it is one of those fantastic games that has its player traits, much like Dwellings of Eldervale. Like that's
setup
why I love
is
it.
0 time. You just chuck it out each player. The shut up and sit down interview review I saw quite a while ago. They are glowing about this. Everyone has really enjoyed it.
Well, you'd always said to me you wanted Twilight Imperium, but it's one of those games that people have and then they never get it to the table because it's such long gameplay and it's such long setup and all of that kind of stuff that it ends up being like this big special occasion to be able to get Twilight to the table, and that you felt like Eclipse was its sort of younger brother that you can get out and play much easier and not that sort of it's not annual occasion. It's going to actually get played, which is
it's less daunting for me.
Why I went with this one.
It says here 25 minutes a player. I don't think that's realistic from what I've heard. What people have said to us.
People have laughed at that comment.
They did find it funny. Maybe it would take less than some games take 25 minutes to set up. That's obviously not the case of this.
No.
I'm keen to really get to grips with how it plays, and I'm super excited to it. This edition is amazing.
This is the biggest box game that you own, Julian.
It is. And to think, but some people I used to go to a board game club in the city I used to live in before I moved to where we live now. I posted a picture of our Christmas presents, and they found it hilarious that 2 years ago.
How I've changed you.
Yeah, I was playing party games, and now I'm getting this beast of a game. But I think this is, I think I'm going to be able to cope with it, and I'm really looking forward to it. I hope this is going to be one of those games where you play it and you're like, okay, I've got a new tactic in mind, let's experiment with that.
Yeah.
And I think it's got the longevity, I think it's got the depth to do that really well, and I'm super excited to play it.
I'm hoping it's going to run up to our, in our favourites pretty quickly.
I think it will, yeah.
Into our top 10.
It won't be there this year because I wouldn't have played it by the time we do our favourite games. No. If Nemesis is kind of Alien the game, I think this is more Star Trek the game, and I love Star Trek, so
yeah, I mean we love all of those things.
very excited to play this, very excited. I had thought you might get me Nemesis, But we do know a lot of people who have everything Nemesis.
Yeah, so you'd kind of said
Don't
get it, but I know that he loved it. But yeah, we know people that have played it. We've got chances to play it a lot, and a lot of those people have all of the expansions and things like that. So it just
I
seemed
think
like
people who have Eclipse don't have the second edition, Second Dawn for the Galaxy.
No.
They have the original Eclipse. I think they're going to be super excited by the player trays and the new ships and the new player boards for this version.
Yeah.
So a brilliant present, thank you.
So it's going to be fun. So this is our 26 items that we've added to our collection this December. I hope you've enjoyed the video.
We've been incredibly lucky.
We have, yes. And we have to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been very generous this Christmas.
And it's going to help with the trying not to buy anything next year. Because just looking at this now, we've got Pandemic, 20 hours. You've got Sleeping Gods, another 20 hours. That's before you even factor in the other games.
Yeah.
You know, Eclipse is a 2-3 hours of play. So
it's going to be hours of fun rearranging my shelves, let alone the playtime.
I don't even know how you're going to fit all these on.
I'm going to make room. It's going to be fine.
You don't have a new shelf unit
I'll
yet.
have to recategorize things, put things in new places.
But
it's going to be fun.
But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, as many people say, subscribe if you haven't already. Thrilled to be getting more and more subscribers now. So that's exciting.
We've just had our 100 subscribers.
Broken 100 mark.
Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you're enjoying our content.
Press the bell. What does the bell do? Do we know what the bell does?
It alerts you when we have a video.
Okay, ring the bell.
Yeah, ring the bell.
All the buttons, like button. That's a good one. Not the dislike one. That's a bad button. Don't do that one. But yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much for watching.
And we hope you've had a Merry Christmas.